All right, let's jump right in. Today we're going to connect the dots on some really exciting updates from the Cardano ecosystem. And when you piece them all together, they tell a much, much bigger story. A story about a huge shift in how the internet itself is about to work. It all kicks off with a question that might just change how you look at everything online. So just think about this for a second. What if the internet has had this secret payment required button just sitting there for 25 years and someone finally figured out how to flip the switch? Because, that's not just some cool thought experiment. It's pretty much exactly what's happening as we speak. And this whole thing starts with a problem that's been hiding in plain sight for more than 2 decades. You could call it a bug, but really it was more like a feature that was just waiting for the right moment to come along.
Okay, so here's a fascinating bit of internet history for you. Way back in 1991, the guy who invented the web, Tim Berners-Lee, he had this incredible foresight. He created a status code, like 404 not found, but this one was 402 payment required. The idea was simple, a way for websites to ask for money. But there was no easy way to actually make that payment happen automatically. So for over 30 years, it just sat there, totally unused, a ghost in the machine, until now.
So why does it suddenly matter now? Well, one word, AI. AI agents are getting insanely powerful, right? They can pull data, crunch information, make decisions. But they've got this one massive bottleneck. If an agent needs to pay for some data or use a paid service, it has to stop dead in its tracks and ask a human for permission. That is not autonomy. As someone put it so perfectly, that's just remote control with extra steps. So the big question is, how do you fix that? How do you give these agents a wallet and, the freedom to actually use it? Well, this is where we get to the solution. It's a new standard, and it's called X402. To put it really simply, X402 is the fix. It's the missing instruction manual for that payment required message. So now, an agent asks for data, the service says 402, that'll be 5 cents, please, and the agent just pays it automatically. The whole thing takes like 2 seconds. And here's the crucial part. Agents are no longer just sitting on the sidelines. They are now active players in the economy. And this is where it gets really powerful. Just look at the economic difference here. The old way, the subscription model, an agent might need a plan that costs, say, $500 a month for 10,000 requests. But what if it only uses 100 of them? That is 99% waste. It's crazy. With the new X42 model, you pay as you go. So those same 100 requests, they cost a total of $5. It's literally the same service, but it's 100 times cheaper. And let's be honest, economics always wins. You just can't ignore numbers like these. Now, why is that efficiency so unbelievably important? It's all about the scale we're talking about. I mean, think about it. If we get to 1 billion AI agents by 2030, and each of them makes just 10 little transactions a day, well, that's 10 times billion transactions every single day. The old payment systems, they just can't handle that kind of volume, especially at these tiny prices. This isn't just a small tweak. It's a whole new foundation for a new economy. And this isn't just some theory, okay? Look who's building this out right now. You've got absolute giants like Coinbase, Cloudflare, even Google getting involved. You've got Circle providing the stablecoin infrastructure to make it all work. And right there in the middle of it all, you have Cardano and Masumi Network, who are adopting X402 specifically for these agent transactions. This is real, it's happening, and it's happening fast. So, okay, let's bring this back to the Cardano ecosystem and see how this big idea is actually powering brand new economic engines. This is where the rubber meets the road, where the high-level theory of autonomous agents gets real, with projects building value in ways we've never seen before. And it all starts with a whole new way of thinking, which is captured perfectly in this quote from Chakra, a new platform on Cardano. They're saying, look, when a creator launches a token, they should get to own a piece of its success, earning a tiny slice of all its future trades, forever. It's about building sustainable economies, not just quick one-off launches. And we're already seeing this in the wild. The creator Thaw Macroman launched his token, Thaw, and it's not just a community token. It's also an active AI agent out there exploring what it can do on both the Chakra and Masumi platforms. This is one of the very first real-world examples of a creator launching their own autonomous economic agent. Pretty cool, right? Now let's look at another project. This one's called Walkers, and they are building this incredible economic loop. So it starts simple. Step 1, you mint one of their geolocation NFTs.
Then, step 2, that NFT starts earning you passive rewards from platform fees and a buyback program that's designed to help the token's price. And then, step 3, you can take those rewards and stake them to boost your returns even more.
And when you look at the potential returns here, they're pretty staggering. You can see how the potential APR just keeps climbing. It starts with the standard rewards, then gets a nice bump from the buybacks, and then it just explodes when you add in the full staking benefits. I mean, we're talking about the potential to go from a really solid return to well over 100% APR if you're really engaged. These are the kinds of powerful, sustainable reward engines being built right now. And this is happening all over the ecosystem. I mean, take Nuvola, for example. They just did something really powerful. They decided to allocate 100% of their network rewards from a recent period and give it all directly back to the people staking their token. Yeah, this chart really says it all, doesn't it? There's only one slice. Every bit of value generated during that time went straight back into the hands of the community members who support the project. I mean, that is a massive shift toward real community ownership. And what's really important to see here is that this innovation isn't just stuck in the world of decentralized finance. It is branching out. It's moving into entertainment, into real-world stuff. You've got new platforms like Betfi that are already beta testing sports betting for huge events like the Premier League. This shows just how versatile these new economic models can be. Okay, so let's zoom all the way out and connect all these different threads. What in the world does a 25-year-old internet bug have to do with soccer betting and community rewards on Cardano? Well, as it turns out, everything. We've just traced a line from a future that was sleeping in the internet's code for decades to the key that's finally unlocking truly autonomous AI, all the way to a whole ecosystem of projects that are building new economies. Economies based on active participation and ownership, not just sitting back and consuming content. This is a fundamental rewiring of how value gets created and shared on the internet. And that really just leaves us with one final thought. The foundation for a more autonomous, more participatory internet is being laid right now as we speak. So the real question isn't just whether you'll be a user or a builder. It's about how you will choose to participate in this whole new economy. The opportunity is right here. So what are you going to do with it?